Good morning, Florida lacrosse fans. Thursday morning coffee with Florida Lacrosse News. Lee Roggenberg, your host. Okay, morning ritual. Sip the coffee. Remind you that if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel. Encourage many others to do so. Like the videos if you do. Believe me, YouTube pays a lot of attention to this stuff. Okay. Very light on the college side. Let's just get that out of the way quickly. University of Florida, Gainesville, the Gator women on the road, I believe fifth straight win over Mercer, 19-5. Emilo Pinto with 5 goals in the win. Today, it looks like the only game on the schedule is the Weber women. Will be playing Southern Wesleyan. MCLA polls were out yesterday. On the D1 side, Florida number 5, Florida State number 25. On the D2 level, Florida Gulf Coast number 11, Florida Atlantic number 13, and Miami received votes. As you can tell, that's a pretty light thing. We did tape the next sessions of Who's In, Who's Out with Varsity Sports Network yesterday morning. I did encourage them to put up the girls and produce that one first. Usually it takes a day or two for them to finish up the production side of it after the taping. I'll keep you updated. Follow the Twitter, Florida LX, for the announcements about when they will debut. Traditionally, we've been at 6 p.m. on every one of their channels on varsitysportsnetwork.org. Tune in there. Check them out anyhow, even beyond the lacrosse. It's very nice to see a full-blown network of high school events across the spectrum, across the sports world in the state. And I think that you'll find that there's something for you to want to watch. So get used to it, and I'll let you know once we know we're going live with the next episodes. Okay, on the boys' side last night, one key game in the Orlando area, Winter Park, with a 13-6 win over Lake Highland Prep. We had Ponte Vedra 12-6 over Bartram Trail up north. Sebastian River 14-6 over Palm Beach Gardens. Lake Nona. Oh gosh, I wrote down Lake Nona twice. It was a good win though. I do know that. It was 8-5. It's sort of. I'm going to check into Lake Nona and report back to you on that tomorrow morning. And also just kind of take a little bit of Lake Nona because it's a team that's definitely caught my eye, as has Lake Howell. We're going to look at, maybe I'll look at both of those today and give you some feedback tomorrow. John Carroll with the 8-4 win over Park Vista. University 12-5 over Palmetto. Edgewater 9-7 over Olympia. At Bartow 7-5 over Lakeland. Lake Mineola 9-8 over Trinity Catholic. Celebration, big win, 15-9 over Winter Springs. That might pretty much cement Celebration's number 1 seed in their district. Gulf Coast 7-3 over Venice. Menendez 7-5 over Fletcher. Childs 10-9 over Leon. Easy winners on the boys' side last night: Palmer Trinity, Cocoa Beach, Bowles, Lakewood Ranch, Holy Trinity, Tampa Prep, Plant. That was a big win for Plant over Newsom. You'll notice that when I tweeted out, I said, Plant men, Newsom women. The boys and the girls played their doubleheader last night, and the Plant win over Newsom on the boys' side was a lot bigger than I expected it to be. And the reverse on the girls' side. The Newsom girls hung it on Plant pretty good on the girls' side last night, too. Boone, Tocoy Creek, St. Andrews, Ocoee, and Lake Howell. On the girls' side, besides the Newsom Plant game that I mentioned, Ransom Everglades 12-6 over Coral Reef. Olympia 13-7 over Lake Buena Vista. St. Edwards 9-8 over Holy Trinity. Fletcher 11-5 over Menendez. Rockledge 7-4 over Merritt Island. In yesterday's defensive slug out, Jensen Beach 23-18 over Suncoast. Lake Howell 6-5 over Wakiva. Seminole Ridge 14-8 over Palm Beach Gardens. Gulf Coast 16-12 over Venice. Vieira 12-7 over Sebastian River. Pasco 7-5 over Clearwater. Oviedo 11-10 over Lake Brantley. That's a big win for Oviedo, as you will see when you see the girls' who's in, who's out session. Western 13-4 over University. Orangewood Christian 12-5 over Edgewater. Easy wins on the girls' side: Cypress Bay, Stoneman, Robinson, Wolfson, South Lake, St. Augustine, Western. American Heritage Delray, I mentioned yesterday I was going to oversee and how Boca would fare. Like so many others, they were overwhelmed by an American Heritage Delray team that is just firing on all cylinders right now. Bishop Moore, Satellite, Palm Beach Central, Sarasota, Edgewood, American Heritage Plantation, Dr. Phillips, and Naples. Now, before we get into the key games tonight, can't believe it. Here we are, another year and another bitch fest on parent behavior. I'm researching two separate stories. I'm not going to bother giving too much on the details side until I've received the information back that I'm requesting. Basically, Jupiter Boca on the boys' side a couple of nights ago had an incident that just is inexcusable. I'm just going to leave it at that until I have more information on it. I have some basics, but I've requested the police report from Jupiter, assuming that one has been filed. If it is not, I will update the story that way. And when I receive it, I'll release what we know, from that police report. There's another incident also, down in the southeast area. Some of you might have seen a video passed around of a brawl. Again, I'm going to kind of keep everything under wraps until I have better detail. This is one where I'm sure that a report has been filed with the FHSAA, and I will be doing an information request in order to receive that. Turnaround is hard to say on something like this, but I can tell you that it is one of the worst things that I've heard about since I've been down here covering the sport. But I'm going to just leave it at that because it's not fair to try to speculate on something like this. Parents, I don't know how many times I got to say this. You're supposed to set the example positively. This is high school sports. This is not the be all and end all of one's life. Certainly not for a kid, certainly not for you. I've made the point before that sometimes you will see things from the stands that you can't see on the field. But I can certainly tell you that you control your own actions. And if you can't behave properly at a sporting event, please don't go to it. These two incidents are they're beyond the pale. They're inexcusable. We don't need more black eyes in this sport. If you don't know why this sport is special, please start to educate yourself. This is not some rich white person's sport. It was handed to us by Native Americans. It is a spiritual event to them. It is a sportsmanship-driven event. I can guarantee you from what I've heard that the kids on the field were absolutely mortified that these incidents occurred. You are embarrassing your children when you cannot behave properly at a game. Please get a grip. Remember, you're out there root for something, your team to do well. If you're rooting against something, you're there for the wrong reason. It's high school. Treat it like such. Your kid's character is being formed as this occurs. What type of message do you send about self-control later in life when you can't practice it yourself? Please, parents, take a look in the mirror and understand what we're talking about when it comes to these things. I will update you with information as I receive it. Obviously, these things can get a little touchy, and you have to be kind of careful with them. But, if I have a police report on an incident, I'm not going to have any problem whatsoever in sharing it. Okay. On the schedule tonight, on the boys' side, 9-4 Columbus is hosting 7-5 Canterbury. Important game for seedings in district as well as potential at large. 7-1 Jesuit playing 10-2 Oak Hall, hosting them. That's going to be a wonderful game. I hope that there'll be a stream. Maybe I can try to catch some of that. This game was kind of put together at the last minute. Oak Hall had a gap, and Jesuit was willing to fill it. Thank you, both coaches, for doing so. Look forward to seeing it. 7-4 Windermere Prep, hosting 7-1 All Saints Academy. 7-5 St. Augustine, hosting 8-2 Flagler Palm Coast. 8-4 Vieira, hosting 4-5 Vero Beach. Again, when you see the current who's in, who's out, you'll understand the importance of that game. 6-4 Lake Brantley, hosting 6-6 Oviedo. Another very important game. Actually, you know what? Hold on one second here. No, okay, that was on the girls' side. Never mind. Palm Harbor at 7-6 is hosting Osceola at 8-4. 8-5 Bishop Moore hosting 9-5 West Orange. Windermere at 9-2 hosts Dr. Phillips at 7-1. 7-2. 6-6 Maclay hosting 8-3 Santa Fe. Another big one down my way tonight. 8-3 St. Thomas hosting 9-6 Jupiter. In all likelihood, that game will decide home field and number one seed in Region 4. I probably will not go to the game only because I know I can get a good stream out of that. And if I can also watch Jesuit and a couple of these others go around and kind of watch, I prefer to do that tonight. 6-5 Gulf Breeze is hosting 8-1 Niceville. This is definitely a great game to see how Niceville has progressed this year. 6-3 Coral Shores. We're on the girls' side now. 6-3 Coral Shores hosts 10-1 Key West. 8-4 Barron Collier hosting 6-6 Bishop Faroe. 9-1 South Fork hosting 4-4 Pine School. We have 5-5 Seminole hosting 9-4 Apopka. 11-2 Cardinal Gibbons hosting 7-2 American Heritage Plantation. 6-2 Edgewood hosts 6-3 Vieira. 5-1 Forest is hosting 5-4 Buchholz. We have I wrote down 97. Probably 9-3 Bowls hosting 5-3 Wolfson. 10-1 Out of Door Academy hosting 8-2 Wiregrass Ranch. 6-4 St. Petersburg is hosting 8-4 Calvary Christian Clearwater. 11-1 Oviedo hosting 7-2 East Ridge. 10-2 Celebration hosting 9-3 Windermere. That's the games on tonight. Okay, recap. Again, parents, you really need to understand that your behavior has to be better because you are giving this sport a black eye when you create these types of situations. Learn about the history of the sport. Learn how the spirit of the game is played. Talk about it with your kids. We have some ideas that we're mulling over that will make it a little bit, put a little bit more perspective about what this sport truly is about. Please grow the game. And you grow the game by respecting the game. Lay off the refs. If you're getting out to a game tonight, take a friend to a game. Celebrate the sport. Okay, if you haven't done so, again, please subscribe and like the video if you do so. This is Lee Roggenberg, Florida Lacrosse News, saying so long from the Sunshine State.